everyone, it's Mary, and in this video we'll be reviewing We Need to Talk About Kevin by Lionel Shriver. This book was first published in 2003 and my edition of it has 475 pages. So it's quite a chunky one, I would say, but the narration runs very smoothly throughout the novel, and so I think it's a pretty fast read, all considered. The main focus of the novel is the relationship between a mother and a son, and it challenges the role of motherhood, especially the unconditional love that is expected from the mother's part toward her children. The story is told from Eva's point of view. She is the mother in this case, and the story is told through letters that she writes to her estranged husband. And everything revolves around Thursday, the day in which a tragedy occurred, and their son, Kevin, has a determining role in this tragedy. Even though what happened that Thursday is actually revealed very early on in the novel, I won't give that away, even though it's not really a matter of what happened, but how it happened and why. So you sense from the very beginning that something very wrong has happened and that Kevin is responsible for it. And you know that even because Eva is actually going to visit her son in jail. The narration is really alternating past and present, so you can see Eva going to jail to visit her son, and then she kind of starts from the beginning, even before her pregnancy, to talk about all the events leading up to Thursday. So you become very much familiar with her, and through her eyes with her family. You find yourself resisting her behavior and judging her even harshly, but then eventually you kind of even reluctantly start to realize what it feels to be in Eva's situation, to be actually in her shoes and trying to understand her thoughts and the meaning behind her actions. I won't say she will become kind of a likable character, but nonetheless, you start to empathize with her. Not only because maybe you find yourself thinking about what you would have done if you were in her situation, but also because through her tone, which can be very much snobby and makes really your eyes roll a little bit, you can sense that there's guilt and helplessness involved in her situation, and that makes you even, empathize with her a little bit more. This novel really explores guilt, but also the question that is, are people just born evil, or is just events that happen to us in our life that make us, behave in a certain way? Or how important is the role that parents have in especially our early childhood? How can they be damaging to us, or how can they help us becoming adults? And the thing is that this book doesn't really answer that question, but really makes you think long and hard about it. And I felt like this just hit the right spots for me. And even though the narration is very gloomy and the subject matter very kind of depressing, I think everybody would be able to enjoy this book because it's very relevant. I just really liked the reading experience that I got with this book. I really devoured it, even though I was already familiar with the story. The only thing that was off to me, especially in the beginning, I don't know if then I got used to it, or if it was just her that kind of changes slightly the way in which she narrates the story, but it's very wordy and it's very sometimes a bit overwritten. Sometimes it really feels like the author has a dictionary in her hands and just is looking for the most unused words in English literature. So of course, I'm not a native speaker, so probably it's just me that I'm not familiar with a lot of terms that she used in her prose, but I felt like it was a bit too much, especially in the beginning. Then it kind of got better. So yes, that was the thing that really was a little bit frustrating to me, and I was like, why do you have to do that? This book would flow even more smoothly if you didn't use all those big words to fill every and each sentence. And who talks like that? But maybe she talked like that, so I don't know, because this is my first work by Lionel Shriver. So I don't know if all her books are written in this way. I will definitely figure it out because I intend to read much more from her. And another thing that I wanted to say, and that it's fair to mention, is that I have watched the movie previously, now some years ago, and I really loved the movie so much that it was hard for me to think that this book was better than the movie, which I know it sounds very bad to say because usually the books, we know that the books are better than the movies usually, but for me the movie experience was better constructed, and maybe because I was not familiar with the story, I enjoyed that experience more, and there was no component of overwriting, I would say. So definitely check out the movie as well, maybe after you read the book, so maybe you will be able to enjoy the book even more. That is not to say that I did not enjoy this book, because I enjoyed it immensely and I would definitely recommend this one. So yes, let me know if you read this book, what you thought of it, if you saw the movie, if you agree with me, or if you don't, I would be happy to chat with you in the comments. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!